Good morning, and thank you for waking up to the pregame. This is the Hot Tea Podcast presents Football Talk, live streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and our YouTube channel. Of course, make sure you're following us at Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Tea Podcast. I'm your boy Shawn Xavier, alongside my co-host, the storyteller, Earl.
Yep.
It's week seven in the NFL world and week 8 in the college football world. Thank you guys for joining us, man. We're just here to share our unprofessional thoughts and analysis and jokes and frustrations and everything else.
There you go, frustrations. Great word.
What's up, man? How we doing, fellas? How we doing?
I think I figured out how to fix my delay.
Just turn the mic. Just turn the camera.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I was about to say, why you sound like your jaw got wired or something like that?
Hey man, through the wire, bro.
I like it. So, in case you guys are wondering, no, I'm not trying to make a political statement. If you look very closely, I got on all 3 versions of my Washington football, Redskin, Commanders squad, even the towel itself. So, and why today is a special day is the first of the 2 meetings of our historical matchup between the Washington franchise and the New York Giants franchise. We'll talk about it a little bit. I got some history on this matchup, man. So that's why we're doing it. So don't nobody get at me.
I got history from the games we went to.
Yeah. very much so. There's a lot of history to show that it wasn't. Yeah,
that was a dub. That was a dub.
As you can see by my face, you can see by my face. You can see by my face. Yeah, but we gonna have some fun today. we gonna have some fun today, man. Let's get right on to it, man. We always go on and start with the college football recap first, so let's get right on into it. Good weekend for football, college football. Some people was in tears. Some people were overjoyed and elated. I'm gonna let the resident Wolverine fan take it first. You tell me how you feel about his Wolverines yesterday. And I know I was waiting for him to.
Yep, I gotta get right for that. Yeah, I should add all my different hats, right?
I thought you were about to put on the Michigan hat.
Sorry for the delay, y'all.
They do it on ESPN.
I'm happy, man. I'm happy right now. They're looking good. Earl, I hope you took the bets exactly how I told you to take them with that team.
I did. No,
they came out exactly, but it came out exactly how I said. So Earl hit me up and he was asking me, how to bet on this Michigan team. I was like, oh, McCarthy's going to get his yards. I was like, if you're going to go for an outside play, I would go for Corum for I think it was 50, which he just got.
Yeah,
and then I was like, but receivers, I would pause on it. Even though McCarthy's going to get his yards, I said, I can tell you our 2 top receivers. I can't tell you how many yards they're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, he spreads everything out so evenly, and you never know who's going to be the shining star for that week. That, yeah, man, that's exactly how it went. But they handle business. And I appreciate you, Gary, if you're over here watching right now, because, our rivalry is what it is between Michigan and Michigan State. I didn't talk no shit this year on the game or put anything in the chat because, honestly, the team that we saw this year ain't Michigan State. Right. We've already spoken about the controversy and everything that's been going on. But, yeah, that's not Michigan State. So I don't even put that on the belt of wins between me and Gary. That this is a very much off year, and we all know why. Yeah, you stupid Gary. What's up, man? But yeah, I mean they're looking good this year. But I always told y'all it's the end of the season for us. It's gonna be that stretch where we go Penn State, Maryland, and then Ohio State to end the season. That's gonna tell you truly how good this team is. Now, I don't know if we're going to get into it or if we're going to touch on it now with Michigan, but they're trying to push my boy out.
Oh yeah, we can walk right into that, man. So I said it,
and I don't appreciate it.
Why?
I've been saying it for a while that that this season that this has been the most locked in and focused Michigan team under Jim Harbaugh that I've ever seen. And I'm a big fan of Jim Harbaugh. There's no mistake in that. And that suspension or that self-imposed suspension
Take your time.
at the beginning of the season, I thought was some bullshit. But all it did was make those guys, all it did was just galvanize the team because they've played even better, when he wasn't there. And then now he's back. And now, if you guys hadn't saw, the NCAA is now investigating Michigan for allegedly stealing signs.
Yep.
So when we say self-imposed, so when it came up with the whole, Michigan recruiting improprieties, whatever, which is kind of stupid in this day and age because you got NIL, but whatever. So
that's what I'm saying. But go ahead.
So Michigan came in, initially NCAA is going to try to do something, and Michigan decided, and Dave can give more detail on it, but pretty much came down to NCAA was looking to do their own thing. Michigan was like, nope, we got it. So they suspended them, and I'm pretty sure the boards and stuff at the NCAA didn't like the fact that Michigan took it into their own hands to suspend Jim Harbaugh, which that's what you would want them to do anyway. But we also know that NCAA really ain't got no power because all of the conferences have their own governors or whatever. So I feel like this is just
put that comment up. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Ask cats like Reggie Bush and them. Right. So I feel like it's a witch hunt now, so they can get their little lot of skin off of Jim Harbaugh because I think they feel like they kind of like overstepped what the NCAA was trying to do. But if you look at it, man, like really, like stealing signs. Have you seen how they've been beating teams this year? I don't think that was really going to assist them at all.
First off, are they saying that this just popped up this year? And then secondly, if it's been going on since he's been there, hello, we lost. Like somebody's real bad at their sign stealing or whatever the hell you want to call it. I call it scouting, but they're calling it sign stealing, whatever it is. I believe if we're really going into sign stealing and stuff like that, didn't the Astros get to keep their championship? I digress.
Right.
So I don't get it because you send scouts out beforehand to basically look at the team, which is pretty smart to me that you're going to be facing in the upcoming weeks. I don't get it. I don't know where they're going to go with it.
And this is the part that makes me cringe because I know they're going to blow this up into this being some goddamn Mission Impossible espionage type shit because it actually says a low-level staffer with a military background has emerged as one of the linchpins of the NCAA investigation. I'm like, really? God. That's what we're doing, huh? A low-level staffer.
I should invest these schools in those funds. How about that?
Right.
Investigate that.
Right. So I don't think we need to spend more time on this. I don't think, unless you think we do. But
listen, I'm good.
It's cut and dry. They want him out, bro. And this ain't just a Michigan, hey, I want Harbaugh to stay there thing. They've been after him since he's turned it into his own thing. Everything from the Nike type Jordan contracts to traveling overseas with them to the publicity that he's getting to he's paying for like a $10 meal doing scouting and everything while you're in the world of NIL deals. I don't get it.
Is he going back to the NFL?
They'll push him there, but
they'll try to push him there.
He's a person that he succeeded in the NFL.
Yeah, true.
So he could easily go back to the NFL. Do I want to see it? No, I will say this though. He won a championship. He gone.
Yeah.
He did what he needed to do. His first thing was getting past Ohio State. Now that he's done that year after year now, in consecutive years, if he wins the championship, I don't think you see him back. And all coaches to this dynamic of a coaching style, the way Harbaugh is. Shout outs to Dion. Open up your ears. This is the way they push you out, even if you want to stay.
Right.
This is the way that they push you out. So all the different movements through the roster and everything, even though it's legal, they can find something.
Oh, yeah, true.
They can find something. And then all of a sudden, you'll see Dion in the NFL.
all this energy, they put it into stealing signs. And I was, if you had been in my house last night, God forbid you had kids around, because the amount of cursing and frustration that was coming out of my mouth last night is what the NCAA should really be concerned about. And it's bad calls.
Because of the cursing that's coming out your mouth? That's what
No. Because I'll say if you was at my house last night and the amount of cursing and frustration, there's God forbid you had kids this last night. And what I'm saying is the NCAA, while I think, they did suspend, like to Gary's point, they did suspend that low-level staffer with pay because whatever. I'm watching several college games yesterday. And when I say I've seen bad calls every year, and I'm not even going to go so far as to say I've never seen calls as bad. There's an issue with refereeing in college football in general. And I am for them having I don't know if they take them from local high schools. I don't know if they take them from Pop Warner. I don't know if they get these mofos from Target. They could get them from Sam's Club, because the way that they were, man, listen.
Home Depot, they be waiting with never mind.
So I'm watching.
Don't
so
do
of course, I'm watching the Miami game, which completely had me about to throw my phone at the TV.
Did they lose?
They won.
No, they won.
But at the end of the first half, Clemson was had their backs against the goal line. They were really, I think they were like at the 3. So there was a sack that took place, and the quarterback for Clemson was clearly in the end zone. Clearly. And they're debating whether he was out, was the ball not all the way in, and what made it even worse. And I've never been a fan of him as an analyst either, because I feel like he just doesn't do it for me. Tim Hasselbeck. And he's on the call for the game. And you know how you be watching the game and you listening to the commentators, and then you see something that's clearly wrong or clearly right, but the commentators are watching the same thing we're watching, and they were like, I don't know, I can't really tell. It's like, bitch, he's in the end zone. It's a safety. There is a back judge right there inside the end zone, bro. And for some odd reason, they go to the review it, and they got this strong ass, black referee out there come back. Call stands on the field. The quarterback was on at the 1 yard line.
Not the Green Mile ref.
Oh my God, man! At that point, I'm like yelling at the TV, so it's not like they can hear me. I'm tweeting. I'm actually tweeting at ACC football because it was an ACC football game.
Yeah, you went that far, bro.
Bro, I'm so mad because at the same time, I'm going between games. I'm looking at the Pitt Wake Forest game. So Pitt is on the verge of winning this game, and the quarterback clearly slid on and beyond the first down marker, which would have ran the clock out. It was a 4th and 1. Somehow they said nope, he was down before that. ESPN did that little thing where they highlight the play where he went down, and even the commentator was like, well, he looks like he might have got it. Motherfucker, he was right. Okay, all right.
It's the same thing that they could see.
Bruh. And then on top of this, what made it even worse, during the I want to say it was during the USC game. I think there was the other game I was watching, and this was made me mad. During this particular game, the ref actually, I didn't know he had like a body cam on him. He had and it was the game where Caleb threw the interception at the end, if I'm correct. I think he threw the interception at the very end, and they ended up picking him off. And then the ref was right there, like you could see like through his eyes, and it was right there. I'm like, yo, why does not everybody have that? But even then, they were still replaying. So
you know what? Let me throw 2 things out there. First off, shout out to these real late games, because maybe I'm just paying more attention this year. But man, I'm sitting up there. I was like, yo, I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, damn, it's late as hell, but I'm still watching these games. And I'm like, okay, well, it gives me something to do. I'm a night owl anyway. Right. Secondly, you want to solve those problems? incorporate the XFL rules.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Let us hear everything from the refs, the whole conversation. That's why I love it. When I was watching the XFL this last year, and you're seeing how they're making the determination on these different calls that they were going to make, there you go. Because there's nothing worse than you see something that you know is sketchy, and then of course now they have the like the retired refs come on, and they're like, oh no, that's clear cut fumble. Oh no, that's a clear cut this or that safety, whatever it is. And then they come back and say something totally different. And you're like, well, that definitely wasn't clear cut. Then what just happened? I want to hear that conversation.
Yes.
You know, why not? How are you in the XFL getting this thing right, but in the NFL, everything's secretive? I mean, I think we already know why. But
You're right, Gary. And I'm sorry because I got so fired up. It was during the Carolina game. It was during the Carolina UVA game, and Drake made through the interception. You're right. I was watching so many games at once, and every time I looked at a game, the ref was making a blatantly horrible call, and it just making me. I was spazzing out, man. I was. So you're right, man. You're right. Yes, man, and you know, with this also shines a light on, and they don't talk about it. And now, since it's so open, betting, there is a long history before FanDuel and everything else of illegal betting on college games, man. And it's been exposed over time, but now it's gotten buried. And you know, in the past, you've always heard about the SEC bias, you know, with their refs and things going on. People always feel like the games were kind of like might have had a little, you know, extra on them. When you're watching stuff like this, it's one thing for a coach, I mean, not coach, but a ref to make a bad call because he's just a bad, incompetent ref. It's another thing for them to make a blatantly bad call, which you can clearly see. It got so bad at the end of that halftime game in the Miami Clemson game. They were, you know, again, they were up against the end zone, and I don't condone this, but they started to boo, of course, but they started throwing stuff onto the field. And you heard one of the commentators say, hey, those refs might want to move Clemson out of that end zone because it was so blatantly bad of a call, you know. And, you know, we've heard stuff in the past where, you know, the betting line, Vegas makes a call somewhere because, you know, the betting line was XYZ. Stuff like that, man, makes you wonder. And you can think conspiracy or not, you know, refs have been caught up for betting on games. And these calls are so bad and so blatantly bad that you can't help but think that something's wrong, but there's no oversight. Again, they get these refs from wherever. They're not the NFL refs. They get them, they're part-time at best. They got other jobs. Some of them probably work at the airport. I don't know, but they are bad, bro. They are absolutely bad. And then there's no accountability at all when things are done.
I don't personally think that even if there was like a committee overseeing them, I'm pretty sure there is. I don't think that's going to stop.
Oh, you're right.
This is a multi-million, I would say probably even billion dollar organization or just not even organization, but I don't know. They make
between all them schools, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, bro. So there's no way in hell that that shit is gonna stop.
Yeah, it's
not. If anything, what they're gonna do, they're gonna tell them like, yo, y'all need to get a little bit cleaner with how y'all making it too obvious. So we need to tighten up. But,
like clear fumble here, guys.
Like
pick another one.
Yeah, can't use this one. But that shit that happened with Darren Waller, you know what I'm saying? And then, all right, never mind. I ain't gonna go.
That was rough. Any surprising result this weekend?
Yo, that Iowa Minnesota game. What was your thoughts on that? Because I didn't see a fair catch call, unless my eyes are deceiving me.
My son said the same thing. He said, "Dad, did you see that?" I'm like,
I didn't see it.
I did not at all. I did not. He called a fair catch. Well, no. He ran it back for a touchdown, and then the ref like, nah, it was a fair catch. Bro, why didn't you blow the ball dead then?
That's what we're talking about. This is exactly what we were just talking about. Where, as Gary says, the ref be referenced, but somebody's in their pockets.
Right. Like, clearly.
I mean, hopefully, Earl, you didn't bet on this game because we had the conversation about that Iowa quarterback beforehand.
No, I didn't. You know what I did? I did bet on that game, but I didn't use the quarterbacks. I did the running backs. But they only had 18 and 13 yards.
Yeah. I mean, what was the stat that you gave me? Do you remember for that Iowa quarterback? Like he wasn't even averaging. How many yards was it?
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. That was no, that wasn't Iowa.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay.
It was another team, but they were 5-1, and dude was averaging like the odds on him was like 99 yards or something like that.
Yeah, because he only threw for 116 yards. He averaged about 4 yards per pass attempt.
I thought it was him, but maybe not.
It might have been. It was.
I gotta double check, but I don't think. What was their record? What was Iowa's record?
They were 6-1
had one loss
before the game.
before
Yeah,
okay, so maybe it was them. Maybe it was them.
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging, I think it was like right at 100 or something like that yards a game, but they were winning games.
Yeah,
and it was just so weird how the breakdown was.
No. I think it was.
It was a team in the Big Ten because
was it Utah? Check. I think it was Utah.
They're not in the Big Ten.
No. Wait, let me double. Now it's gonna bother me. Hold on.
You're good. But yeah, I mean, when you start looking at some of these stats and how certain things are broken down, I believe there's a major connection with that bet. Yeah. I mean, they already proved it, once we get even to the NFL where people were doing certain things at the end of the games that made no sense at all. Made absolutely no sense at all to cover spreads. So
Deacon Hill, Iowa. Yeah, you're right.
Deacon Hill, man. I put up his stats right now. The most yards he's thrown for this season
was 116. I think
the game he just played in. The worst game he played was against Penn State. He threw for 14 yards.
Even worse than that was USU 5 yards.
This season?
Yes.
I mean, wow.
That was the first game of the season.
Oh, yeah, okay, because it has me showing the recent games. My bad. You're right. 14 yards. He had 37 against Wisconsin.
But they lost one game. Or 2 games now.
Well, now 2.
Yeah. But it's man. Like it's infuriating to watch, man, because for a lot of these guys, they don't get paid. They get their scholarship. I don't even know what USU is, to be honest. University of Southern Cooking University. I don't know.
Don't do it.
They're in the same they're in the same conference as IDTC.
Yeah, they play. I think we played them one year. We played them 1 year.
Yeah,
I was on the drum line. Me and Nick Cannon.
Oh God.
So
hey, hold on though, because I don't know how fast you're flowing away from this college football, but
I'm not.
Okay,
keep going.
Please tell me that we do have Mr. Caleb Williams in this chat, because I need to get at him real quick.
Oh yeah. Please bring him to the front of the congregation.
And if we don't have him in this chat, let me just break this down for you. So USC, what were they? They came into it ranked 18 against 14 Utah, right? Lost the game by 2. It ain't even really about the loss for me. He played his game, had 256 yards and blah, blah, blah.
He ain't even play good.
Well, this is my thing.
He threw no touchdowns, I don't think.
No. Forget about even playing good. He was never exceptional to me. He's a good quarterback. Could he be the number 1 pick? He could be the number 1 or top 2, top 3, whatever pick, right? If you've heard the talk going throughout this year, it went from everything of Caleb Williams is going to be the number 1 pick. Oh, Caleb Williams, if he's going to be the number 1 pick, he's only going to come out for certain teams if they have the number 1 pick.
Yep,
and then now this man is sitting back talking about, I'm only coming out to be the number 1 pick for a certain team, and I need a percentage of ownership within that. Who the hell are you? Who are you? Do you think you're the next coming? Like, I've never seen a person that's good, don't get me wrong, but you're sitting back and you have people that are number 1 picks, and look how they turned out. Look how they turned out. And you want me off the bat to, as stated right there, give you stock options and stuff like what? Excuse me? Hey, take your money and buy.
If I'm going to if I'm gonna give you stock options, I'm not paying you. Okay.
Listen.
I'm not paying.
What you want? Bitcoin? You want some Bitcoin?
Right. But then too, the other thing is as you're I'm really mad at his his agent. Because I'm pretty sure he got an agent and somebody's in his corner, right?
Yeah.
What don't you think that would hurt your chances? Like your stock is gonna drop. Mm-hmm. And I told Dave the other day, I was like, yo, son, like you are a black quarterback. Like you need to relax. You know what I'm saying? If there's NFL quarterbacks that ain't asking for that, what makes you think that you're gonna be able that you should be able to get that? Like if there's one person that I probably could ask for that and might get a little bit of that, it'd be Mahomes. And if he ain't put that in there, what makes you think you have the audacity to even ask for something like that? And you haven't done anything. You could be a bust.
Let me give you some quick stats. We said it, I think, on the last show. And just put Jalen Hurts aside. There's been 3 Heisman quarterbacks who played under Lincoln Riley. Caleb Williams is one of them. Mm-hmm. Kyler Murray is the other. Mm-hmm. Baker Mayfield is the other.
It's not a good.
Tell me how it's worked out for Kyler and Baker so far. And they're all undersized quarterbacks, including Caleb Williams, who's roughly 6'1", maybe. Jalen Hurts also played under Lincoln Riley, but Jalen Hurts also played in Alabama as well. So he's an outlier from the other 3.
Listen,
if you go by history, he may be great that first year, a la a Kyler Murray type, and maybe quasi Baker. But
my thing is, he's doing all this talk this year, Shawn.
Right.
Yeah. And besides the first 2 games, where has he been?
Look, I'm right where you said
that. Besides the first 2 games.
Yep. Go right where you said that. Eric just said something that I said last week. Michael Penix is his name. That quarterback, I like him. The black quarterback out of Washington. He is I think he was behind. Well, now, but since they have a off week, I believe he was first in overall yards in all the FBS. With Shador being behind him, they might have flip-flop now. He's like 6'4", something like that. There's no talk about him at all. And hell, even Drake May. Yeah, man, I don't see it. Like this whole I'm asking for ownership into the team.
He's doing a whole lot of talking.
Right.
And not enough playing.
Right.
Like the hype ain't there, man. It's not.
Yeah.
It's fake. He'll be a good quarterback, but he needs to shut the hell up and just play football.
He was. That's interesting. I wonder how Indiana liking that right about now. They still got that linebacker I want out of Indiana.
Here you go.
Yeah. I'm just saying. But yeah, man, I saw that, and I say I can't wait to get here Sunday to talk about that. That is one thing. You can make your money on NIL and stuff like that. It's fine, but it also tells you where his head is at too. And then now you have to guard against. He was talking about, well, I can stay in, I can make more money now than what I would make coming out next year. The ownership aspect. So does it give you pause to think about what if he ends up going into one of these big market teams with all those distractions? I.e., if he goes to, unfortunately, if he goes to your Giants, or if he goes to a LA team or something like that. That's cool. I put it
behind gonna be in there battling in Chicago.
Yeah. Look, I just saw something new. I put a thumbs up. I don't know. Did you see that graphic? I put a thumbs up, and I don't know what just happened. I saw a little bubble come up for a second. I don't know. Yeah, that's new. I have no idea where that came from. I didn't do that on purpose. So yeah, and he hasn't looked. He's done some. He did have some great plays during that game. He had a couple of. I was like, that is a nice pick, but there is a lot of scrambling that he does. Maybe because the offensive line isn't that good, but at the same time, the hype around him, I feel like it's going to be down real fast because now they comparing him to Pat Mahomes.
He ain't Pat.
I don't know, man. Yeah, not even close. You're not even built like Pat. None. There's nobody.
He don't even walk like Pat. You know who walk like Pat and it gets on my nerves?
Pat.
No, Shador.
Yeah.
They walk like flat-footed, but never
yeah,
mind.
but they don't have the what makes Patrick Mahomes so special, man, is one that, and you can't discount it. He's built. He's a big quarterback. You know, you can tell, huh? Yeah. What is this? I don't know what this thing. I don't know what this thing is. But two, man, him being such a dynamic baseball player, man, and whenever you see him on ESPN or Fox or whatever, and they be talking about him, and they all be mesmerized about the arm angles and whatnot. He's a baseball player. They have those natural abilities to throw baseball at different angles, which helps him in the league. And then he just creative as hell, and he just happened to have one of the best quarterback friendly coaches as far as minds setting him up in Andy Reid. He's just great. I don't see it for Caleb Williams because he ends up going to one of those teams that don't have that type of quarterback. His career gonna look not too good, bro. Not too good. I mean, you know. Yeah, y'all can give it to him if you want. Any other games? Shout out to Army for not putting up a struggle against LSU. And they're not even my squad, but, you know, I'm an Army veteran. They got the hell beat out of them by LSU. Dear God.
I don't want to talk about LSU. They've lost me so much money this year. I have no comment on any LSU games.
Oh, my God, man. They did love that about him. But, again, to my point, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, and now Caleb Williams all played under Lincoln Riley. All of them got Heisman. And the first two, you know, Baker's kind of got a resurgence in Tampa Bay. Kyler ain't going to be in Arizona next year, and we're going to see. Mess around and Caleb end up in Arizona. The irony in that would be insane. Oh, my God, man. So, of course, man, from our college football recap, man, going into the NFL. And it's not bad calls, but let's talk about some stuff that always irritates us in the NFL. The fines, bro. The fines, and Earl hinted to a bad call by a ref against the Giants. He called it what it is, but it was a pass interference, bro. It was a hold at the least on Darren Waller at the end of the Buffalo game. It was. It was. I don't want to hear nothing about all these analysts talking about, well, you can't call it twice in that situation. Yes, you can. It was a foul on the play. It's so and it's bad. But oh God, I don't know what's happening. No, it's a foul on the play. It's a foul on the play. And it's a penalty, man. Like, especially in this day and age when we got all these cameras and you can clearly see it, that makes it worse.
Tap me in. So I told my boy this. This is exactly what happened.
You're correct. You're correct.
The Giants were on prime time, and they actually said, "Oh shoot, they're actually putting up a fight," but we got to make sure that the Bills win this game because they're not about to lose to the Giants at home with a backup black quarterback. We're not having that. And the fact that this team can't score a touchdown, absolutely the fuck not.
Man.
So what they said was the football NFL guys was like, oh shit. The way the Giants are playing, especially the defense, it looks like they're going to have a chance to win. All right. There was a PI right before that last play that got them from like the 20 to the 1 yard line, right? Great call. They had no timeouts left. They only had time for really one play. They dumped it off to Darren Waller. Blatant pass interference. I wasn't even mad and shocked because I knew that was going to happen. And I knew we wasn't going to get that call because, again, there was no way in hell that in prime time They wanted the Bills after already losing to the Jets. They already lost to another New Jersey team / New York team. They wasn't with a backup quarterback. They wasn't about to have this man lose to another backup quarterback. So with that being said, I expected them to lose, and I knew we wasn't getting that call. And with that, I am complete. Fucking pissed. I ain't even mad. I'm not.
You know what? Mad. Forget that. So put me up. Tag me in.
Yeah, go
Tag
ahead.
me in. Come on. Thank you. All right. Forget that call. What about the end of the first half when you have a backup quarterback?
Backup. Say it again. Backup.
And you decide to leave it in the hands of him and give him an option.
Option,
bruh.
Option, bruh.
And I love their ball. I'm going to start off that way. But you can't come after the game and talk about he knew not to make that call. I don't care what you were saying to him. I have no sympathy for anything he's going to say because he's a backup quarterback that hasn't been constantly running these plays, and you give him the option to make that call. You should have called nothing but a pass and play. You have no timeouts. I forgot how many seconds were left, maybe like 12 to 15.
It was like 12 seconds.
It was enough to get 3 passing plays in, bro.
Yeah. So
I know that much.
And then you let him be the one to read the field and make that audible call, that option call. Mm-hmm. That is a huge coaching mistake. And as you see, cost us the game because we wouldn't be having this discussion. With just a simple field goal there, all we needed was a field goal at the end of the game.
It'd have been 12.
That's all we needed.
It'd have been 12 to 14. All we needed was a field goal.
So we can talk about conspiracy. We can talk about bad call. I always say that most of the time, things aren't lost on just one.
Right.
One call. You can go back through the game. And honestly, that right there, that mess up, that brain fart of a call right there, or non-call, I should say, as far as at the end of the first half, you deserve to lose. So
yes,
I'm not even gonna go to that end of the game. I'm gonna go right there to the end of the first half.
And you know who else is the person that I want to put on since we're here, who I want to bring to the front of the congregation.
Call to the front.
Yeah, Dabo had every right to be upset, but who he shouldn't have been upset with. He shouldn't have been upset with Tyrod Taylor. He should have been upset with Mike Kafka.
You gotta override that though. You gotta say that's a dumbass call and we ain't running that shit.
Yeah, but after the fact, I mean, you should have did that prior to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he still has play calling abilities right now, because I would have been took them shits away. But you know what? I digress because I'm not about to start this Sunday upset. I have no intentions for this Washington Commanders game versus the Giants. I mean, as history might tell it, we might win this game. But you know what? The way shit been going, we probably get our ass whooped.
Tag me. My turn.
Go ahead. I'm tagging you, man. Go ahead.
And because I started this off with NFL petty cash, and I saw this, and again, everybody know I am a secondary Giants fan. So watching that end of the half play call, and the whole of Darren Waller had me hot.
Bruh.
But this right here took the cake, bro. This took the cake. So the NFL decided to impose a $6,370 fine on our beast of a running back, Brian Robinson, in last week's game against the Atlanta Falcons. And he didn't do nothing. All he did was run through. If you guys saw the screenplay, it was like 24-yard screenplay that he took to the end zone and ran through the defender at the end. They fined him a $6,000 fine for unnecessary roughness on that play. So I did some digging on it, and it says for him lowering his helmet and making forcible contact when he ran through the defender, bro. What? So you mean to tell me that you fined him $6,000 for playing football for something that I have coached and have breathed my entire adult life and have loved since I was a kid. Everybody else loves football, man. We love those days of the 80s and 90s. It is a physical game. We've watched running backs. We watched fullbacks like a Mike Allstott. We watched all these guys. They were just bruises, ran through. You're talking all these guys. Marshawn Lynch, all this. Just run through defenders. And you find him for being a running back. You took money out of his pocket for being a running back. The same running backs that the league decide that they don't want to pay. At the same time, you have referees who are so blind, they stand in.
Well, I don't know why they don't get fined.
Bruh, Stevie Wonder can make these calls.
Don't do that.
Oh,
don't
man.
do that.
Oh,
don't do that.
man.
Don't do that.
And the thumbs up came up too.
Don't do that.
How?
Hey.
There's
Don't do that.
Hey, man, he blew that kiss back, though. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't get this, man. I don't understand this, because we're going to talk about this game that, is about to happen between our two teams. And last year, even though Washington lost that game, whatever, but there was two pivotal penalties in that game.
It was a bad call.
The one was the blatant pass interference that there was a back judge. He's right there. They didn't call it. And two was the next one where Terry McLaurin is lined up on the outside. He's doing a check with me to the ref that's standing right there.
I remember
he
that.
does it twice. And you can see the ref reach in his pocket after he nods his head. And the ball is snapped and he throws the flag. And then, and then the NFL has the nerve to do things like the NFL, they'll send an email or a letter or a messenger boy or a carrier pigeon to the team and be like, hey, yeah, we blew that call in that game. We apologize. I'm sorry. Ask Sean Payton, even though he's like a leftover now, ask him how you feel about those games they lost when they played against the Vikings and that blatant pass interference that they had to deal with when he was coaching for the Saints. Like, I don't understand this, bro. Like, I literally don't understand. Help me, guys. Help me understand what's happening with the fines of this, like, unnecessary. Hell, they even fined A.J. Brown for, like, the cleat situation. And, he wears his bright cleats so his daughter can recognize him playing on the field. And they fined him. He's still been playing, so I guess at this point, he's like, fuck it, just take it out of my paycheck.
What's that?
They fined, huh? For me?
No, seriously.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know. So I don't understand, man. Like, I literally don't understand. And where does the money go? Anybody know?
That's a great question. It's a great question.
I mean, I don't know. It just happens, man. It just happens.
Yeah, I know. I wish he would stop, Khalil. Like, I want him to stop.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, you don't. You're a fucking asshole.
I probably am.
Nah, but I mean, it's fucking stupid, bro. Like, it's a waste of money, man. It's a waste of money. Can we talk about blown calls? No. Oh shit. Yo.
I don't get it. But yeah, that's a good point. Where does these fines go?
I don't know.
And at this point, I'm all for it. They go to charity.
Yeah, bullshit.
Right, thanks, Gary.
Bullshit.
They go to charity.
Yeah, why don't the NFL? Don't most companies tell you, like? Don't they send you like a? I forget what they call it. I forget what the correct term is, but when you donate money, they're supposed to send you like how they're using the money and stuff like that. The NFL don't do that shit.
You think the NFL? Hold on, just pause for a second. You think the NFL?
I know they're not doing.
It's gonna show you their books. That's what you think.
I know they're not.
I'm gonna sit back and let you think about what
I know they're not. I'm just saying I don't know why.
The same NFL that Gruden was talking to so many different people in the emails, but we ain't never gonna see those emails.
Nah, I maybe what I should have said. What
600,000 emails or something like that, and only 10 came out.
He was talking to himself
about, or the emails with your old owner with Snyder.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
That's what. That's all in the same job.
But
no, but Gruden's in there.
Oh, gotcha. But now, I mean, what I meant to say was they should have put this in their collective bargaining. That's what they should have done. But I don't think they give a fuck.
One thing, and I don't even know if this can be something they can ask for.
They'll only show that donation for the charity. That's all they'll show. Yeah. But go ahead.
I would like to see them fine refs. Maybe they do. I would literally like to see them fine refs for blowing calls. Like for blatantly blowing calls, man. Like it's one thing you make a mistake and it's one of those ones where like, this could have been a drop or catch, but something's like, yo, he clearly dropped his pass. He clearly interfered with the ball. You know, whatever. That part there, man, because it just gets swept under the rug and it goes back again.
Or just put other provisions in the game, like where look, you know, you should be able to challenge that. You know what I'm saying? Like open up that challenges a little bit more, because like it's shit like that'll cost motherfuckers a season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it's just like I wouldn't even say go find, you know, refs, because refs ain't making it like, you know, some of these players are. But then again, I ain't gonna hold you. Some of these players ain't making it to these motherfuckers to be fine like that.
Brian Robinson was a 3rd round pick.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 6
any running back.
And you're running back.
Facts. I mean, 6. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck how much money you making. A motherfucker tell me I'm finding you $6,000. Like I'm
for just doing your job.
Nah, I don't give a fuck. Like that ain't never gonna be a comfortable conversation for me. Like I'm not playing. Like I'm going to HR or something. Like I want my fucking money. He kissed my ass, yo.
Right, man. Like I don't understand. I hope he appeals it, but yeah, that's
just like Tyreek Hill. He was. I heard he got
that they put in place.
I don't give a fuck. But somebody gonna run me my money because
wait a minute. What did Snyder do? He got that lawsuit and then he put his wife in charge.
See?
Can't touch my money.
Somebody gonna run me my shit.
Same thing.
That's like Tyreek Hill. They charged him $100,000. What is his week 7? Because he don't wear socks. Like, come on, son. $100,000 because you ain't wearing socks, yo. The fuck.
But for in this case, he might want to wear socks because he do be kind of ashy sometimes. So wear socks.
Oh my goodness.
That's a pause moment. Looking at another motherfucker.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So since we were talking about that same reffing crew that reffed our game I'm talking about is on today. So
you remember them?
Yes, I looked it up. The same crew, bro. Same crew. So yeah.
Wait a minute, they said the fines don't go. It goes to what do you put?
Man, that's bullshit.
Yeah, all right.
That's bullshit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
That's even more off.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Look, hey, them same former players, the same ones you see up there at the VA hanging out.
So that's where that's the same money that goes to the VA, like when they have all these initiatives, and because I'm trying to understand why so many homeless veterans and shit.
Hey, if you look close enough, some of them might be former players. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's crazy.
And that's not even a joke.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So let's moving on from this, man, because I'm gonna get mad even more and more as I think about this. But so last week we were talking about teams that needed to take, or maybe make a trade because the trade line deadline is coming up next week, week 8. So let's go back and look at, and I didn't prep you guys for this, so maybe off the top of your head you may know. Let's talk about the teams or the players who either were traded or made a move to go to another squad and now regretting that. So we're gonna title this "No Takebacks." So
I know mine.
So
I ain't gotta look that up,
man. The player who either made a choice to go to a team or a team who traded for said player or a coach. And now the other people like, you got it. Go ahead.
All right.
Got it.
Devontae motherfucking Adams.
I'll say the same thing.
You know goddamn well your ass does not want to be in Las Vegas right now. So they're already talking about places that he may end up going. But first off, saying I want to go play with my boy Derek Carr in Las Vegas, that never made sense to me in the first place. I was like, oh, okay, that's the move you want to make. that's where you want to go. that's what you think gonna put them over the hump. But
and ownership looked at that, was like, hell yeah, let's go. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
You. But you know what, we're gonna get rid of you because we don't fuck.
Yeah. So this is what they say where the math ain't mathing, bro. Like you deserve what you're going through right now. If you talking about, oh well, the difference is the fact my boy ain't here, so now I want to know. Your boy could have been there. Ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing gonna happen.
I got one.
Yeah, so I'll say again. Go ahead.
I got one. Boom. I'm gonna go with Baltimore Ravens. I need y'all to come to the front of the congregation.
Sounds like a conversation last week.
Oh yeah, Odell. I don't know his middle name. Beckham.
I feel like it's like LeVar or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's something real light skin, but Odell.
Denaje
middle name. Yes, something real light skin. With an S curl. Beckham. Y'all paid this fool 1 year, 18 million, 15 guaranteed, something like that. No takebacks. And then what were we talking about the other day? Then somebody said on here, they was like, can we get Barkley? I said, word? Yeah.
So for the record, his name is Odell Cornelius Beckham.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Right. That's not my right. Trying to get him a black name, dark skin name. No.
I got somebody, man, and Bill Belichick. Bruh. Since Tom Brady left.
Oh, I got another person. Go ahead.
The Patriots are 26-30. Mac Jones, aka Mac and Cheese. Bruh. Yikes. He ain't. And you can't even between that, it's a multitude of things. Between that, Bill Belichick's decision last year to not have a official offensive coordinator. Last year, he just had Matt Patricia. He had like 2 defensive coordinators that switched it. They were like, what was that little thing we had back in the day where if you had, it was like the little fortune teller joint and you would do the little numbers there and then you open it up and you say, oh, that's what your fortune was. I feel like that's Bill Belichick. He had this like, let's see what we're going to do today. Oh, today we're going to have our water boy be our offensive coordinator. Yo, this ain't it right now. And it don't look like it's getting no better. Better in New England.
I got a 2 for 1. I'm gonna go with
Gary said TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Sean Payton and Russell. That's my 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I don't know what the fucking people from Walmart were doing.
You're rolling back prices.
Shit. And shit. Yo, and then the ill thing is, you gave away your fucking future for a person who can't contribute, who can't get you wins. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never heard an organization give up so much to get a motherfucking coach. You know what I'm saying? And then you spend all this money on a quarterback who now I'm really starting to really question. And I'm starting to think that what Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman and them motherfuckers were saying might be true. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, you dissed the old coach that you lost to, who was the offensive coordinator.
But he wasn't even great either. What's his name?
It doesn't matter. They lost.
Yeah, well, true. True. I mean, that shit was personal, but he wasn't great either. So they been missing a lot, bro.
Tag me in.
Yep. Wow.
All right. DeAndre can't get it right, Hopkins.
Yeah.
Tennessee, bro.
Yeah.
That's what
Tennessee.
Yeah.
To play with what quarterback?
Right.
Malik Willis. Nope.
Malik Willis.
That's what we happy with. Let me just go through because he only has 1 game over 100. His last game, 20 yards. Game before the 101, 63. Before that, 48, 40, 65. Really, bro? Stop burning these bridges, y'all. Stop putting all that stuff out of the air unless you know exactly where you're going to. Unless you pull like a Christian McCaffrey move and you end up in the best place ever. I don't know what y'all doing. What they say, the grass ain't greener? Yeah.
I got one.
What's up?
I got one more.
Hold on. Tag it, Shawn.
Go ahead, Shawn.
Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins. Since signing Kirk Cousins
sound personal.
in 2020, in 2020, Kirk Cousins has been the 3rd highest paid player in the NFL at about $155 million. And he has a no trade clause.
No trade clause. Yeah.
No trade.
And I think they won what?
Hold on. He probably has a stock option.
He probably do.
Go ahead, though.
Probably do.
They are like 48-37 with a tie. They went to the playoffs. What? They haven't even won. Have they won a playoff game yet?
They didn't win last year
because they got kicked out there. They lost to the Giants last season. And now they looking at right now. They're what 2-4 right now, I believe. They got
all 2 games.
Yeah, oddly enough, that second one was last week. They got an all-world receiver out there, and Kirk's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna ride this one out because I don't want to go."
If I was him, I'd be like, "Man, fuck it, I'm gonna take my time coming back."
Oh my God, what you got, Earl? Last one. What you got?
All right, last one. I mean, y'all might disagree, but just with the whole the build up to this shit and what you got from it, it didn't pan out. I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers.
Damn, the man got hurt after 4
plays. It doesn't matter. The motherfucker 30. He's my age, bro. He's my age. What you expect? And like, what you expect? If you really thought that this man was gonna be durable,
but they're still decent though, even without him.
Their defense is decent. I'm sorry, not decent. Their defense is good. They're not decent. Their defense is good. Their defense is helping them win games.
I mean, look,
still having Breece Hall, still having Wilson.
If they tread water,
but man, I don't believe in their quarterback.
But you got Kyle Wilson, so none of them motherfuckers matter. Zach Wilson. None of them motherfuckers matter if you don't have somebody that could throw you the ball.
No. I understand that. I don't believe in him, but I don't think they're in horrible shape.
And then even too, like I'm kind of tight at their offensive coordinator because like you got a dog and Breece Hall, bro. And the fact that why is he not getting like 20 touches a game? You know what I'm saying? Here's another one on that team. Cook should have kept his ass. It shouldn't have asked like he another one. Like I ain't gonna hold you.
You want to talk about keeping that running back value low,
bruh? He need to be done after this shit.
Oh my God! It's I'll say this: if the Jets keep treading water and stay right 500, maybe a game above, I don't put it past Aaron Rodgers to return. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. He's just that guy, man, who's just out there, be like, yo, I'm gonna prove. He's just so petty that I'm gonna prove all y'all wrong and come back and play. Now the thing is, their O-line isn't that good to pass protect. So here's the thing: if he does come back, and if they can't pass protect, and he's not really running, I don't think, and then they're not calling for Breece Hall to run the ball, it's gonna be a bad situation.
But I mean, my whole thing is too, like, he signed a 2-year contract or something like that. I mean, Aaron Rodgers ain't got that much longer to play. Like, he really out here. I don't mean it like this, but you know what I mean. Like, he could really die for it right now because like he ain't got. It's not like he playing for longevity. You know
his game doesn't translate to the field like Peyton Manning's did. Peyton Manning was never mobile. Even when Peyton Manning was injured, Peyton Manning still had that mega mind up there, and until his arm fell apart.
Had a fucking line though.
Yeah, listen, he had a line too. And
if he tried to come back early like that, he needs to inherit the Eli rule.
He does.
2, 3, and I'm going down regardless.
I'm going down. Eli be like this.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Like, don't touch my body.
He actually had good protection, but he counted the 3. Nah, bro. Like, fuck that.
That was it. I don't care if I'm in the pocket. I'm throwing it away. Got like 10 intentional ground in the calls.
Eli be like one of these. Be like, he be anticipating the hit. Like, nah, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck.
So that's what I would inherit if he tried to come back at the end of this year.
Yes.
That motherfucker scoring.
No takebacks, man. So again, starting off the top of the show, we were talking about the fact we're in Washington football. I'm in my Washington football, Redskin, Commanders, Garb, and everything else. Got the Giants going on big. It's our annual matchup. It's upside down. I'm sorry. It's up. Either really matter. It's up there. It's up there. We up there. So
let me tell you, I had free tickets today. I ain't go to the game, man. Fuck that.
You was on the ayahuasca, man.
Shit.
So we're against this. So
and the parking pass.
This meeting, and I didn't know this, because you would think that it was Washington and Dallas, but actually, the Washington Giants rivalry is what they call it, is the oldest one in the NFC East. Goes back to 1932, actually when Washington was the Boston Braves at the time. So I pulled it up. So out of total 182 meetings, the Giants, yes, they absolutely lead that series 106-71 and 5 tied.
And we go to Washington, it's an unofficial home game for the Giants. Go ahead.
It's a little different this season, but yeah, more times than not it is. And I think we met in the playoffs like one time back in like the 80s. So that, and then I think Giants won that game. It was like, I don't know, 14-zip, 17, something weird like that. But it's a game, man, that we get up for because it's one of those weird games where I don't care what team looks like what that year. It's always one of those slow-paced, like boring-ass games. Think about every game we went to, every single one. And you can put all of the stats aside, records aside. We play each other horrible. The quarterbacks, like the receivers can't catch the ball. The defenses always play pretty good for the most part, but it's never how it looked in season, in the games prior. I think the most infamous year is the game we went to, and we were sitting there, and this was the Kirk Cousins year. The Giants were already in the playoffs. The Giants were trying to give Washington the game, and Washington was like, nah, we don't need it. And then Giants were like, no, go ahead and take it. And they were like, nah, we don't need it. And it just was like, it was so bad, man. And that game was this game right here. That was the 2017 game. Giants won that game. This is before I had the beard. That was the goatee back then, the goatee. And I was disgusted because we were sitting there watching this happen with receivers running wide open down the field.
That's a beautiful game.
It was horrible. it was such a horrible game, man. But last year, of course, and that was also the infamous, tiny Corona game and the big Corona game. Is what it was. But this game this season follows up last year's matchups where we had a tie. I was at that was before I went to Dave's. But the second game we went to was on Sunday Night Football. We were both kind of hyped about the game, and it ended up just being one of those games where Dave won't even clapping because he was looking at me like, yeah, that was a bad call. Because it was just such a bad game between the pass interference calls. I don't even know, bro. What do y'all expect out of this game today, man? I don't even know. Y'all are 1-5. We 3-3.
Hot garbage. I know what better happen. I'll let you know who I got on my DraftKings. I need good old Terry to go off. McLaurin. I need him to go off. That's what I'm betting on. I need on our side Wan'Dale Robinson to go off. Yeah. I think you're gonna see energy once again from the Giants side, if I'm being real. Just because Saquon is on the field, he's always gonna bring that. I like the Earl and I were talking offline. I like Wan'Dale Robinson. We drafted him last year. He got hurt, but I saw a promise in him. And then even him coming back now, and I'm gonna put it out there, I think he's come back too early. Because if you see even how he played last week, he played real good. But every single catch, and when he went down, you can see him come up like he was limping. But he wasn't going to come out that game. It's bad when someone that's injured is your best receiver on the field. And that's really what he was. So I do like him. He reminds me, honestly, of a much faster Victor Cruz.
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of. Tyrod Taylor, I've always liked him. He just can't stay on the field. So I was glad he just finished the game last week.
Right.
But here's that difference maker that we were talking about before. In the NFL, that extra second is everything. That extra second is the difference between an incompletion or an interception. Daniel Jones has a better arm, and he has better mobility and stuff like that. But he thinks too much, and he doesn't trust his team, his receivers, and he's one of those quarterbacks, and this is the problem. He's one of those quarterbacks. He has to see you open. He doesn't need you to be open. He has to see you open. And in the NFL, if you're that type of quarterback, you will never be successful.
Yeah.
You just won't. Tyrod Taylor doesn't have the arm that Daniel Jones has. Hell, when he was throwing it deep, I want you to go back and look at the film. Tyrod Taylor throws his whole body into those throws. His whole body comes forward when he throws those passes. But here's the difference. He knows the play, and he knows where you're supposed to be. So that ball is already released. If it's, say, one of those quick curls or something like that, or a quick slant or an out, any of those type of plays, he's already going to have it there because he knows what you're supposed to do on that route. And that's the difference between being at least a good quarterback and somebody that's not going to make it too long. So that's what I see on the Giants side.
Mm-hmm.
On the Commander side, real quick, I just got to see more from Sam Howell. I got to see how he bounces back from different things, because he is young. And then, I got no questions on like Terry and all them. I really like Brian Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
My questions is always on that defensive side because you just never know what you're going to get. If I'm being honest, you look at them and you even go down the roster and you're like, man, they should be dominant every single game, but they're not. And it's just so confusing to me. I know where certain weak spots are on the team, but still overall, you shouldn't have games where people are doing certain things against this team. And I don't get it. I would be real frustrated, especially on the defensive side, if I was a Washington fan.
Tag me in. Here we go. So I am very fearful of this game.
Why, Shawn?
Because one, it's a game that they know each other very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Howell this season is the most, either he's the first or second most sacked quarterback in the league. I think him and the quarterback in Chicago. I don't know why I forget his name all of a sudden. It'll come to me in a minute. But I think he actually leads the league. Sam leads the league this season in most sacks taken. Part of it is on him because he is young. He's still learning how to get the ball out faster. But part of it is actually the O-line as well. They take a lot of unnecessary sacks. But that he's pretty accurate quarterback, really big arm. I like what he does. But why I'm afraid is the linebackers for the Giants, as they showed you against the Buffalo Bills, they are elite, man. That the defensive line does what they do, but the heart of that Giants defense are you guys' linebackers. That middle piece, which I think is critical for any team. I don't care how you build your defense. Linebackers have always been, in my opinion, the most important aspect of it, because not only can they rush the passer when they need to, but they're able to drop back into that middle space there, whether they're covering tight ends or they're able to, even run with some receivers. Look at what San Francisco does with those guys. Their linebackers are the heart of their team. Look at Seattle. You have the Legion of Boom. You had the safeties back there, but it was the linebackers as well. Look at the look at the Ravens back then. I mean, they had their all-world defensive tackles back in the day as well. And Lodi Nadi and those guys. But you also have Ray Lewis and those guys as well. Terrell Suggs was more like I guess he was a defensive man / linebacker, depends on how they played him. But the linebackers, Kayvon and those guys, they strike fear into what I believe they're going to do today. Our secondary is poor. They are slow. And the defense itself, and I get tired of hearing about the first rounders all up front.
Mm-hmm.
They're used wrong. They're used in a space to where they don't have. We have two linebackers. We have Cody Barton, who got signed. He got fined $16,000 for unnecessary roughness on a quarterback, which was still stupid to me. And then we have a first rounder who looks like he ain't gonna pan out very well in Jamin Davis. That's gonna be a problem against a Darren Waller today, because who's gonna cover him? Because he's bigger than all of our secondary. So he has the height mismatch, and he's faster than our linebackers. And our first round defensive line can't get pressure to the quarterback to save their life. You see it week after week. So it's going to be a game where Tyrod Taylor because we're horrible against mobile quarterbacks. So there's going to be, I can foresee some broken plays or there's some quarterback runs. So this is going to be a closer game than it should be. All signs point that Washington should go in and blow the Giants out. But if you watch the game and not be a homer, you can see that Washington can easily lose this game today. Here's a question I got for you guys, though. Because we were talking about Mac Jones and then your former coach of the year and Brian Daboll and your frustrations you guys had with the play call. So forget what you saw with Josh Allen in Buffalo when Brian Daboll was there. Prior to that, and even last year in the Giants, Brian Daboll was a quarterback coach for Mac Jones, Tua, and Jalen Hurts when they all played at Alabama. Then he's with the Patriots. Are we sold on the fact that Brian Daboll can actually develop a quarterback? Because all these quarterbacks, they didn't really come into their own until they got with much better quarterback coaches. Jalen got with Shane Steichen when he was, he got up to Philly. And, Shane Steichen is now over in Indianapolis. Tua got better when he went to Miami, and Mac Jones is still struggling in New England. Last year was an outlier with your guy there, Daniel Jones, and Josh Allen got better once they got him Stephon Diggs. So are we convinced that Brian Daboll is going to be able to develop a quarterback, whoever it is comes in, or do you guys get a veteran? Just my take.
So I can answer this pretty quickly. On the Daboll side of things, I have absolutely no questions overall on him.
Okay.
I am absolutely fine with the position that he holds with us. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to make a judgment off of that one play call. It was horrible. I'm gonna hold people accountable for making horrible calls, and that's what happened. But I'm also not gonna judge him off the fact, honestly, of anything that Daniel Jones does, because that's not his man. He inherited that. Gotcha. So until he pulls somebody in that he trusts in, and then he puts his all into that player, and then he either succeeds or fails, I can't really pass. I mean, hell, last year is what caused even a discussion of Daniel Jones getting what he got.
Right.
And
that was because of Saquon. That was because of Saquon too.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like it was perfect timing, a perfect storm for Daniel Jones. So clap it up for him in that sense. But if there were other options, he wouldn't be there. So he inherited that. He had no other place to go. So I know we can go on the fact that, how is he getting this? It was the perfect storm. It really was. It was the perfect situation. And he knew it. His side knew it. So that's how that went. Do I wish they still would have done what they needed to do for Saquon? Yes. But if you just saw, they were talking to Saquon about trade deadline and stuff. And he was like, I don't want to go nowhere. I want to be in New York. So he's a homer. He wants to be there, but he also wants to feel respected, and he wants to be paid for what he does. Yeah. So I give a couple years to the Daboll and crew before I'm going to pass full judgment the way the other ones, man, after a couple games, you could just see this is going absolutely nowhere. Off a draft.
Joe Judge?
Like, what is going on here? This shouldn't be allowed in the NFL. I can't do that same thing with him.
Gotcha.
He's had Earl and I both excited for a team that we had no thoughts in mind that we would be excited for. So is this year turning out the way that we thought it was going to be? No. But at the same point, we can kind of see the problems that are going on with the team. And if those are addressed through the offseason, then hey,
Fair enough. It's going to be a good game, man. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be one of those games where we're just going to look at it and be like, where did this come from? It's always like that. We're like, where did this come from? And then we'll for a moment, you'll be like, okay. And then the whole national space will be like, the Giants really got something here. Or Washington really got something. Then the next week they'd be like, nah, that's just us. We show everything we can do against each other.
No matter how that game goes, you will not see me on here next week.
I will not be surprised. I would not be just surprised if you go into this game, because again, our secondary gives up big plays, and then you guys do things that's mind-boggling as well. But I will not be surprised if Tyrod Taylor has a game where he's either run for 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns, or if he on like some, quick 10-yard plays and yak yards they build up, he has almost 300 yards. We'd be like, yo, Tyrod Taylor. Nah, he's just playing Washington.
If Tyrod Taylor racks up anywhere near 100 yards, he will not finish that game. Not to put no bad juju on him, but that's just what it is. And every time he starts a game, Earl and I discuss, is he going to finish?
Yep.
But here's the thing, though. It's very high. It's highly. It's highly, because y'all see what y'all do with Daniel Jones has the highest rushing yards per game when he plays against Washington. And that's actually a fact.
I got you.
It's crazy. So Tyrod, not as fast as Daniel Jones, but he knows when to run. But yeah, to your point, if he runs too much,
I won't say that.
Yeah.
I won't say he's not as fast as Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones is pretty fast, man.
No, he's very fast, bro. He's not as fast as Daniel Jones. Yeah, you ever see Daniel Jones get clocked at his top speed?
Yeah, he's fast.
It's very fast.
But Tyrod got some burners on him too, though.
He do, but
he's more. He has better, I say, agility as far as his movement and thing.
Tyrod runs like
Daniel Jones elusive.
Yeah, Tyrod runs like Jalen Hurts and those guys. They know when to run. But if he runs too much, just know that next week they'll be like Tyrod's out with a pulled hammy or something like that. Or watch out.
Because he's 34, 35 years old.
Hey, yeah. I know we're going to be getting to these picks in a second.
Yep.
But we cannot get to those picks without shouting out what the Browns and the Jets did last week. So we have no longer undefeated teams in the NFL. How y'all feel about those situations?
So what I should have said that in my no take backs for the Browns. No take backs. Deshaun Watson, they are hating that. They are hating that. They are hating that contract because the Browns showed you what everybody was saying. The Browns with a competent quarterback, just a competent quarterback, are contenders. Like they went in.
But the defense is ridiculous.
The defense is crazy. And they got an offense too, man. They just don't have a all they needed was a quarterback. A quarterback that will play just average ball. Hell, you put Brock Purdy in Cleveland, you're talking about them how you're talking about San Fran, perhaps. And they went in and now they did have 2 injuries during the game, but that's because of the physicality and stuff that happens with Cleveland, man. And on the Jet side, and I'm gonna get to it in a minute, the Eagles have been suspect, man. They've been playing with fire. They got a couple of games that I know a win is a win, but they could have easily have lost to Washington if Washington didn't throw up all over themselves, and a few more games. And they did that last year too. And I don't know if that's a process that that's a product of them losing both of their coordinators. You can kind of see it now that you're not having your same coordinator from last year. Certain calls the new coordinator is making that you wouldn't. AJ Brown and Devonta Smith are still beastie, but Jalen Hurts also shows that as good as he is, he has those moments when you be like, So, yeah, the Jets tread water and wait for Aaron to come back, perhaps. And Cleveland, I'm sorry, you just gonna have to wish it through.
They did that with a backup too. So
right, which makes that contract look even worse because
but I think it goes into the fact that their defense is really what's holding them up.
But remember, they were better last year with Jacoby Brissett last year when they didn't have Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's taking that contract.
Nobody.
So he's there.
They stuck with him.
Nobody, man.
But I say after this, go to the picks. But there's nothing. What you can't dispute is, maybe could. I was gonna say what you really can't dispute is that within the last 10 quarterbacks, he probably is one of the best.
Yeah, I will say this though about San Fran. As much as we marvel about San Fran, this is what it's proved that San Fran is very top heavy. They are not deep. They're not really deep, man. So if they lose their heavy hitters, they hurting because they don't have the depth behind them to do it. Like after Christian McCaffrey, they can't. And then Debo being out too. And then if you lose I think they lost Trent Williams for a little bit during that game as well. Once they lose their guys, man, and then they lost Fred Warner during the game.
I mean, well, those are like their best. Those are their best players, bro. I mean, anybody but I'm saying, their best players, you're gonna be. You talking about like their best players in damn near 3 facets of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I got that part, but I'm saying, but they're not. It also shows they're not really deep beyond that, though. See what I'm saying? Like they don't have, the next man up type. They can try because it throws off.
I mean, I think their defense is pretty deep. I mean, I just feel like you're talking about.
I guess on the offensive side, they're not, because once you got rid of those 2 guys, that whole scheme that Kyle is trying to throw, he can't run it.
But but the people that you're asking to replace are like, it's kind of not fair. Like Trent Williams is arguably the best left tackle in the game. Like you're not replacing him. You know what I'm saying? Warner, he might be the best middle linebacker in the game.
I got you.
You ain't replacing. McCaffrey is the best running back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just named 3 players on their team that arguably are the best players in their position. You're not replacing them, bro.
No, I got that part, but you got to be able to pivot. I'll take it back to you guys when you guys were winning your championship. When you guys had that NASCAR package. How many defensive linemen did y'all have? Y'all had like 9.
We had a bunch. We had Tomlinson. We had Kiwanuka. We had
y'all had Tuck. Those guys.
So
when y'all lost somebody, OC. Whether it was, if y'all lost OC, y'all lost Tuck, if y'all lost Michael Strahan, the next person went in, y'all could rotate those guys in there.
Yeah.
They lose, and those are all quasi main guys. And then even when you lost, you guys had I'm thinking about on the running back side. You guys had that dual running back situation. You guys had people in even look at your receivers.
We had Bradshaw.
Y'all were able to adapt. Y'all were able to play a different type of game. I want to say, yeah.
What was with them?
Yeah, so my whole point is when you have a team that's built with a lot of depth, it's going to change your main thing when you have your main guys, but it doesn't throw you so far left that now you can't even do anything.
No,
see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I get it. I'm just saying, I think that those players it's kind of not fair because those were like top players, bro.
Yeah, no, I got you. Let's get into these picks, though, man.
Let's go.
It's all right there. So, week 6 standings.
Oh,
Dave still sitting at the top, man. 12-3 last week, 62-30.
Come on, man.
What you want, man? You want some monkey shoulder or something? I don't know what you want.
Just send it all my way right now.
Oh my God. Earl went 8-7 last week, going in 51-41. I'm 9-6, 48-44. I'm average, just like my team is. Fred, Malik, and Gary all at 10-5. I gotta start taking chances, bro. I think I know my problem. Like y'all go in and make these picks because you just making the picks and you like clear mind. I go making these picks like I'm coaching the team, so I'm thinking I know what they're gonna do, and I realize I don't know shit. That's how I feel at this point. I feel like I don't. I feel like I don't.
It's been like that for a couple seasons now. I mean,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I have.
You've been at the bottom for a minute.
I hate this brain of mine, man. I go in analyzing the team. Yeah, they should be doing this. They do the exact opposite. And I'm like, y'all are fucking idiots, bro. But
your picking skills is like my NFL GMing skills from what you be talking about.
Wait, hold on. Because I'm a great Madden GM. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like my teams be deep as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. So let's get into some picks, man. Lions at Ravens.
Lions. Here you go.
You see what everybody just did? You should just went with the Lions, bro.
I read, man.
Go ahead. You want the Ravens? Go ahead.
I want them to prove that they are a better team than what they're showing, man.
All right.
But I can't. I gotta go with the Lions, bro. I can't go with the Lions. I go with the Lions.
I don't know if Gary's still on there.
You in the chat, get your picks.
He gonna pick the Lions. Let's put him down for the Lions.
Oh, I know he better. Go ahead. All right.
The Lions are that guy. They gotta get them their respect too, man. The Lions are like that, bro. The Lions are like that.
And Gibbs is back.
Yeah. Raiders at Bears.
Shit. They both don't have a starting quarterback, so I'm gonna go with the Raiders because of Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, that's another take back. Yo, I know they 3-3, but the Vegas Raiders, maybe it's about money. They say, yo, y'all can take Josh McDaniels back to New England because the Raiders look trashy, but I mean they 3-3, they just look bad, man.
A few spots left on the bandwagon. Yeah, that's crazy. Think about that. The Lions have become a bandwagon team.
Facts.
Yeah. And
everybody. Raiders.
I'm just happy for y'all, man. I'm happy for y'all, bro.
I got
looking forward to seeing y'all play on Thanksgiving.
I got the Raiders in this game.
All right.
Watch the Bears smack the shit out of them, too.
That's what did we say that last week when Minnesota and y'all both picked the Bears and I picked Minnesota and Minnesota did that thing.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Oh shoot. Malik just popped. Malik, what about that first game?
Malik, the Lions.
Oh, no, I mean the second game.
This is the second game.
The second game. You talking about now he's picking Bears now. Well, picking between the Bears and Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, they on their way to the game.
You might want text your picks, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you driving, you shouldn't be. Yeah, text your picks.
That.
Yeah.
I'll tell the missus.
Yeah.
Browns at Colts. So Anthony Richardson is out, man. He had a season injury, shoulder surgery, which sucks.
Gardner Minshew is in. I'm going with the Browns because of their defense.
Yes, same. I got Browns. Yeah.
Oh man, we all doing the same so far. Oh shoot.
You shouldn't have said something because Shawn was gonna pick the Ravens.
I just want.
We'll let you pick it. We'll let you change.
You can change it.
I just want Lamar to do his thing, man. But it's like it's just I don't know.
I want him to win too, but reality is, this is a different situation.
Hey, look, that right there, Gary, is why I'm thinking the Colts might win this game because Deshaun Watson. I feel like he's bad juju for them, bro. I swear to God, he is. I swear, if the Browns go in and lose this game to the Colts, fire the GM after the game. It's like, Jesus. Bills at Patriots. Jesus. I got Bills, man.
Yeah, I got Bills.
Yeah.
I got the Bills.
But this is another game that is like our game. The Patriots don't even have a damn quarterback, really. And the Bills should go in. They should dog walk the Patriots, but the Patriots got a pretty good defense. So this may be they might be another game like they played against y'all, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the next one up. Oh.
Yeah, my bad. I waited for stuff to come in, but Commanders at Giants.
I got the Commanders.
I got Commanders in this game, man.
All right, then this will be my one-off. I got the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping
the Giants aren't 2-5. You know that, right?
Nope.
You're right.
Definitely
2-4.
We're 1-5.
You're right.
No, we do not have 2 wins.
We should have been, but we're 1-5.
You're right. You're right. That's my bad.
That's okay. Appreciate you, though.
There we go. 1-5. It don't really matter. They should lose this game, and they're gonna.
Oh, word! George got the G, man. What's going on, George?
Oh, out of nowhere!
Right.
Out of nowhere.
From a Cowboys fan, I respect that, man.
Okay, Miss Kennedy.
All right. Who Malik got in that Commander Giants one?
Yeah, Malik got. Yeah, who he got?
Yeah, he driving. Yo, leave him alone.
No. She's typing.
Oh.
Commanders Giants. Go ahead though.
Falcons at Buccaneers. Oh my God. I wonder if the Falcons are going to start Taylor Heineke this week because Desmond Ridder is trash. Oh my God. That's a game they should have won last week against the Commanders. If they had a better quarterback, they would have. All that talent and their quarterback is some hot garbage, bro. Like, so bad. I got the Bucks in this game.
I got the I got the Falcons. He got the Commanders.
You say you got the Falcons, Earl?
Yeah, Malik got the Commanders from the last game.
Oh,
The Buccaneers, man, are better than what I thought they would be.
Falcons or Bucks? Falcons or Bucks? I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Look at Baker out there on his comeback tour.
Bucks for Gary.
Steelers at Rams.
Steelers defense is crazy though.
I got the Rams.
Yeah. What's his name? Yeah. Puka Kuna, whatever his name is.
Pakua or something like that.
Yeah. All I know is Puka. That's all I know. That that's the most dope name. I'm going off that alone. I had the Rams, man.
Yeah, I got them too.
Got the Rams. That's another no take back. I don't know. The Steelers and their offensive coordinator. I don't know what's going on. You got to get it right down there, man. Mike Tomlin, you got to get it right, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on, but this ain't it.
Got it.
We're gonna see with that one.
I hope we do, Gary. That should be pissing me off.
Cardinals at Seahawks. Seahawks is the most frustrating team sometimes.
I got the
Seahawks. They ain't got Connor. I'm gonna go with Seahawks.
Yeah, I got Seahawks this week. It felt good for a little while for the Cardinals, and then it was like came back to earth.
Nah, Connor's got hurt. That's what happened.
Yeah, that too.
But they ain't supposed to be winning, so like, I mean, this is what's supposed to be their record. But they putting up a fight.
We need them to win though.
Nah, facts. I heard they trying to get Kyler Murray to come back this season too.
Listen, all the 1-win teams need to win.
That's facts.
Right.
And we
Caleb, you sure you want some ownership into the Arizona Cardinals? Because that's where you might be going, brother.
I was about to say, you better not talk that with us.
He might be going to the XFL. He keep going.
Mara don't do that.
I don't know.
Look, Mara don't have black what? Never mind. Well, Tyrod.
That's a fact. No, I'm talking about drafting.
You're right.
Tyrod is starting because he got hurt.
Yeah,
he ain't willingly starting.
Yeah, look, don't start too many games. Mara might be, hey, Daniel, I need you to grab a needle real quick. We can't have this.
Yeah.
Nah, chill. No, and Mara good people though. He good people. I ain't got no issue with Mara.
Still ain't got no black quarterback though. Packers and Broncos. We got the no take backs versus the. I don't know what you got going on here. I got the Packers though. I got the Packers
because the Broncos just always struggle.
Let's go, Pack. Let's go.
Don't you got ownership in them?
Yes, you ask me this every week.
As you wear that Commanders.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna turn that into. That's something we need to talk about. Them joining up with the USFL, right? They were upside down last season, money wise for the XFL, but them joining with the USFL. Be interesting.
Ooh, guy going with them Broncos. Gotcha.
Chiefs at Chargers.
Chiefs.
Another no take back. Brandon Staley. He won't last this season. Now after the season.
Hey, y'all really ain't catching up with these picks.
Yeah.
I want to pick the Chargers, but I mean realistically, I can't.
I got you.
And the Chiefs only got one offensive weapon. Well,
and
receiver.
They don't even matter. They still got Pat Mahomes.
And they got Patty.
And they got Andy Reid.
Yeah, they got Patty Mayonnaise, so.
You said Patty Mayonnaise? That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Dolphins at Eagles.
This is going to be a game.
It's Sunday night game.
This is going to be a game.
I'm giving it to. I'll go first to see if y'all just switch up off me. I'm going Dolphins.
Word. Good shit. I needed that. I'm going the Eagles because they just came off a loss. So I'm going with the Eagles. And they home.
Mm-hmm.
Tua might get hurt this game. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Eagles been playing with fire, bro. They've been playing with fire, and it showed last week. But I'm going with the Miami Dolphins, bro. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. If you know what you're seeing right now. You're seeing Jim Carrey whooping the Eagles mascot.
You were ready for this, huh?
Yes, I was.
Ready.
Yes, I was, man. I listened to Mike McDaniel's interview on the Pivot, man. That brother, he's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. He's smart.
There's a story to him too. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a guy that is very intelligent, and he doesn't get enough credit for what he's done coaching wise. I
like his story also to the fact of how he wakes up. You hear that part of the story? Yeah.
Yep, I did.
And why he arrives early and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. And his biggest pivot, which is something I appreciate. He said a lot of stuff was going on with him, and he made a pivot one portion of his life, and that changed everything for him right there. So, Philly definitely ain't the same. Coordinators matter, man. Coordinators matter. I'm surprised G Fish ain't up here. League on the Dolphins.
Is that Malik going? All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Monday night game. 49ers at Vikings.
I think I saw something.
49ers.
Debo may be out. I think Christian McCaffrey might be out.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it don't. I got the 49ers, man.
They ain't got Jefferson. 49ers.
Yeah, they gonna light Kirk Cousins' ass up. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. But we all say this and mess around, wake up, and be like, how in the hell? As Gary would say, any given Sunday, bro. This in this case, Monday. Just never know. But I got the Niners either way. I got the Niners. George going with the Vikings. I'm not sure why.
Got you.
49ers. Yeah. Our week 8 Thursday night game. Buccaneers at Bills. Short week. Bills are going to have a pretty rough time, but they playing in Buffalo.
I'm going Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Yeah. Buffalo. I got Buffalo on this.
All right, I feel good about this because I don't really see y'all catching me.
He's not. His prime time. Dear Lord.
What was this? Who I'm looking for? Malik on the last 2 picks.
I don't know. But the game to watch today, the game of the week, it is the Washington Commanders versus the New York Giants. That's the game of the week. That's all we really care about. Game of the week. It's the game of the week. We're gonna see what's happening in this game. Again, we'll see what's going on. Barry got Buffalo in that game for Thursday night. Looked like.
Earl, just know I'll let you know how early I'm on the box.
It's got to be something, man. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. I wonder who they got calling the game, like the commentators. Give us somebody good. Stop giving us these weird folks. Listen, like I don't like their voices, you know.
Listen, if game goes a certain way, you might see 3 tickets for sale. For the game that's gonna be down here.
No, we got a drink, man. We got a drink.
We can do that in my backyard.
You know, we got to drink.
We could double this money.
Oh my God, man. We gonna see how it go, man. Hope you guys enjoy your football Sunday. Looks like Malik getting his last few picks in. He got Buffalo for that Thursday night game. Enjoy your football Sunday. You know, get your picks in, FanDuel and DraftKings.
Oh yeah, got to be on that FanDuel.
Yeah, you know, appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys tap into the most recent episode of the Hot Seat Podcast, episode 127. It has my son on it. Jay of Jay Zeno is out, man. We'll see you guys next week for our newest episode 128. And then, of course, another early wake up for the pregame to the pregame for the Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk, man. We appreciate you guys, man. Have a good Sunday. Yo, we out.